Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Chris. This is a very busy time of the year for me with regards to videos. I have a ton of videos I want to make. I just filmed my clean and fresh video, and can I tell you how amazing this room smells? And I'm going to take all my blotters and put them in my car when I'm done filming. But today's video, or the video right now, is really dedicated to fragrances under $50. I show a lot of perfumes that are not affordable and are on the higher end range, and I have people who watch my videos that do not have that kind of budget and need something a little bit more budget friendly. I have fragrances that run the gamut, and I love them all dearly. I mean, who does not love a fragrance that smells great and is affordable? And today's video is dedicated to fragrances that I'm currently loving or plan to wear in the next couple months that are $50 and below. I'm going to call it like favorites under 50s, since I'm not doing small expensive on a budget, at least for now. That video series has gone, but I think I'll start doing something like favorites under 50. That way I will have dedicated videos for fragrances that are more affordable. Now these fragrances are going to be those that I'm going to be wearing now and in the next several months. None of these are really kind of winter heavy fragrances. Some of them can definitely be worn year round, and with that, let's just dive right in. The first one I'm going to show is a fragrance. I think I've only shown it one time. I've been meaning to show it lots of other times. I think it just made my hidden gems, but it definitely is a hidden gem. I think I paid around $20 for this, and this is called Joop Le Bain. This has been around forever, and to me, it kind of smells like the combination of a plastic doll head and a cherry cola. Yeah, it smells delicious. I know that sounds a little bit bizarre. Now the florals in here are not soapy. They're not overly green. They're sweet. This is a sweet fragrance in my opinion, because I'm pretty sure there's tonka and vanilla, which probably mixed with almond is giving me that baby doll's head. It's very creamy, and it has a powdery aspect to it. And that sandalwood in here is pretty heavy, but the sandalwood is a soft wood. It's a smooth wood. It is a creamy wood. So when you first spray this, it has a little bit of a sharp opening, but that dies down pretty quickly, becomes more powdery, more sweet, more floral, and has that lovely kind of plastic doll head scent to it. Hidden gem, fabulous, a great one for around $20. And longevity's, I would say, moderate, decent longevity. This is not lightly wearing. And I go on the light side. I spray lightly because of the opening can be a little bit loud, and I can get at least a half day with that one. The next one I purchased because it is like all the rage, particularly over on Instagram, and had a ton of people ask me about it. I did blind buy this, but I blind bought it because it was cheap. I think I got this for 30 bucks, and it is Yara by Lattafa. So many Lattafa fragrances did not work out for me. I showed several in my Middle Eastern fragrance video, and some of them were just too heavy, too heavy, not up my alley. I'm kind of tired of blind buying fragrances that are relatively affordable and just don't work out. I knew I could give this to my daughter if it didn't work out, and this is not a blind buy fail, I will tell you that. But a lot of people I heard said it smelled like a strawberry cheesecake, that kind of thing. It's a fun, pleasant cheapie. I do not get strawberry cheesecake. However, I get, if you're ever making a cheesecake and you get those canned cherries from the grocery store and it's kind of swimming in that syrupy goo stuff, this smells like red berries in that sweet, gooey compote, and then you add like a synthetic vanilla and a tropical drink to go along with it, and a little bit of powdery florals, and that's basically what I get from Yara. This is never going to go down in the history books as something phenomenal like Baccarat 540 or Chanel No. 5. This is going to come and go, but for what you get, which is a very large bottle of perfume for $30, I wouldn't pay more than $35, me personally. I think it fits the bill. If you enjoy fruity fragrances, kind of thick, syrupy, fruity fragrances with vanilla, and add a tropical drink vibe to it, I think there's a good chance that you might like this fragrance, particularly if you're on a limited budget. Listen, I'm not saying that this is a safe blind buy. No blind buys are safe on my channel. But for me, I think this can be universally appealing for a lot of people. Perfume doesn't have age per se, but I will just tell you from having a daughter who's young and who's now in high school, there are fragrances that she tends to wear in my fragrance collection, and there are ones that she doesn't want to wear. They're just not really up her alley. And I think this is definitely one that she would pull for. It's very youthful. It has some whimsy to it. It's not a serious fragrance. It's not super strong and overpowering, but it's fun. It definitely falls into the gourmand category, but it's just not super sticky sweet. So that is my take on Yara, all for, again, I would not pay over 35 bucks. I think the price started going up and maybe this was getting sold out. This is one of the few perfumes that I buy on Amazon. I buy fragrances that are very, very cheap because there are a lot of fakes on Amazon. I have so many stories to tell you about friends who, against my advice, bought very expensive designer or niche perfumes on Amazon only to get a fake, and you cannot return those. So I will order them if they're really cheap and they have an Amazon storefront. Like that particular house has an Amazon storefront. Lattafa has an Amazon storefront and it's only 30 bucks. So nobody's going to be making money by selling fakes on Amazon. There's just no margin for profit. Anyways, that's my spiel on Yara. The next one is one of the best affordable vanilla fragrances for the money, and this is Vanille by Outremer. And this is an eau de toilette. This is a very kind of a simple linear fragrance, and I think I got it for around 20 bucks, definitely less than 30 bucks. And it smells like vanilla and cotton candy. It's very heavy in the cotton candy. I think though 2 notes listed are vanilla and cotton candy, and that's basically what you get, a vanillic cotton candy or a cotton candy covered in vanilla. Kind of the same. So I remember wearing this. I had a doctor's appointment like 4 hours after I sprayed this, and I thought that was going to be fine because I knew this was an eau de toilette, and I thought it was light wearing. Sure enough, it was my dermatologist. So I go to my dermatologist, and the nurses were like, "Wow, you smell really good. What are you wearing?" And it was this one right here. I had really great sillage like 4 to 5 hours later, but it's not a beast mode. It's not powerhouse. Gets the job done for a good, affordable, linear, vanilla cotton candy fragrance that is very hard to beat for the price. I'm going to go over a couple that I just talked about in my Fresh and Clean video, but these are great cheapies. The first one is Versace Versant. You've seen me show this in many, many perfume videos. This is a great kind of a more casual white t-shirt, everyday clean and fresh fragrance for the hot weather. I think this has become discontinued, but I just checked before I did this video, or I just checked right before I started filming, and I think Joma Shop has these for less than $40, a big 3-ounce bottles. So they're still available, and this is a citrusy floral fragrance, and it's got like cedar and vetiver in the base. It does weigh fairly heavily on the woody notes in the dry down, so if you do not like woody notes, you hate them, and you tend to find woody notes, particularly cedar or sandalwood, smell like hamster shavings, then you probably don't want to get this perfume. This perfume is very similar to Chanel Chanson Fraîche. There are a lot of similarities. They are different, but it'll put you in the ballpark. This has more lime, it's more woody, whereas Eau Fraîche, it's more musky and a little bit more sweet. They're both very fresh. This pulls a little bit more on the citruses up at the top. Longevity is moderate. This is what I wear when it's really hot outside and I'm going to be doing something casual, like errands. Nothing fancy, and I don't need my perfume to last more than, 4 to 6 hours. This is a great casual, clean and fresh cheapie, and I think when I bought it, it was under $50. So Versence. The next one is another really good cheap freshie. I bought this at the cosmetics company store. I got a couple this size. They were less than $20. I want to say I paid $17 for this. I wouldn't pay more than 30 bucks. I wouldn't pay more than $25 for this. In reality, it's a good perfume, but I feel comfortable for what I paid, and it is a fresh, like a freesia green tea, clean and fresh fragrance. It's got a little bit of citruses up at the top, and it has a musky dry down. So that clean and fresh scent with a little bit of green tea, and this has noticeable freesia. It's actually more green tea forward, but the freesia I remember kind of smelling as I wear it. Another very casual fragrance. It's not going to last forever. It's not going to get, it'll get me around 4 to 5 hours, but it travels well. I like the small size. It travels well and very affordable. Did I say it was Michael Kors Sky Blossom? No, I did. The next one is another one I paid less than $20 for. This is called A Girl in Capri. This one is like an unsweetened lemonade, or this reminds me of an Italian ice. I live in the city of St. Louis, and we have a very big Italian community, and Italian ice is huge here in the summer. People will line up for the trucks for the Italian ice. So this kind of reminds me of a slightly tart Italian ice. It's very slightly aquatic, and there are some florals in here. Again, I want to say this one has freesia, a really nice, affordable, fresh, clean fragrance. And if you want to go from lemon icy to lemon meringue pie, I will add this lotion. It's from J.R. Watkins. I got this from the grocery store. This is lemon cream. Oh my goodness, you put these two together and you will smell like a lemon meringue pie. It's one of my favorite combos in the summer. Next, I have a few oils, perfume oils that I'm going to show. The next one is the most utterly addicting oil I've ever smelled, and this is called, I'm going to smell it here. Oh my gosh, it's called Private Musk by Swiss Arabian. This was really kind of my gateway to fragrance oils. Now I have like 15, maybe 20 fragrance oils. If you want to see a perfume, or if you want to see a video on fragrance oils, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to do that. I have enough to show. But this is this amazing combination of, so it has a Baccarat 540 vibe, but then add this very thick, sweet, gourmandy, buttery element to it. If you added Baccarat 540 and a butter cookie together, you would get this fragrance oil right here. This layers wonderfully with BR 540. If you cannot smell BR 540 all day, or you can't get it to last, this one is amazing. Or whatever dupe you want to wear, or something similar like Ariana Grande Cloud. This also layers magically with anything that, in my opinion, is cherry based. This could also layer with something gourmandy, vanilla almond. I put this on my arm like 3 days ago. Right before I went to bed, I put my robe on top of it and I sat down and watched TV as I was settling down for the night. I could smell that the next day after washing my arm several times. After a shower bath, I could still smell it on my arm, if I got my nose right in there. And my bathrobe, just from brushing up against my arm, smells like it heavily 3 days later. It smells magical. Now, when my very picky husband smelt it, when he came into the room and I was wearing it, just like one little dab on my arm, he said, "Ooh, this smells good, gourmand, very buttery." And he hates my gourmands, and he thought it smelled great. So it is like that Baccarat 540 vibe combined with like a butter cookie. I think this is my absolute favorite fragrance oil. And if you want to add this below something, it will increase the longevity of whatever you're wearing, and this smells flippin' magical. I think I'm going to stick with fragrance oils, and the oil that I like maybe just as much or more. They're very different oils, but this oil, when I smelled it, drove me absolutely crazy. It was kind of an add-on. This fragrance oil arrived as part of a coffret when somebody that I knew ordered from the website Precor. And the name of the fragrance oil is absolutely ridiculous. It's called Erotic Molecule. This is so incredibly delicious. I brought 2 of these home. I actually have 7. I have 7 of these now. If you saw my previous video, I told you I wanted to fill a bathtub full of this and swim around in it. I have 7 or 8 of these now. And I took one down to Houston when I went to visit my family to see if my mom would like it. She is another one that is so picky. That woman is so picky. But anyways, she absolutely loved it. I gave her one of the roller balls. It's a nice size, and she wore it every day. She has a signature scent. It is called Istanbul by Galavant. That's the only thing she wears. And the whole week she was wearing this one. I could smell her on the couch. She would just have a couple dabs on her wrist and I could smell her on the couch like a good 6 feet away from her. This is absolutely amazing. Is it worth purchasing? Unfortunately, I'm waiting for them to come out. This actually is very, it's not very viscous, so I think it would empty very easily in an atomizer and spray. And I plan on doing that. I wish they would come out with the atomized version. I think it would be amazing. But if you are ordering anything by chance from Bricor, absolutely worth maybe sticking these in the basket, because I think you can get 2 of these, excuse me, for like $18. No, you can get 2 of these for $25. And you can get 2 of these for $25. Holy moly, a delicious oil. Now we're gonna move on to some body mist. I'm not a huge body mist lover because I just prefer a perfume that tends to last longer, but these body mists are my absolute favorite, and I picked these up on the last Sephora fragrance sale, or I picked these up on the last Sephora sale. In fact, when I'm done doing my video or filming for the night, I'm gonna head over to Sephora. I have 2 more perfumes and a couple of things of cosmetics I want to pick up for the Sephora sale. But oh my goodness gracious, these 3 body mists that I picked up from Sephora. This is number 68 Brazilian Crush. This has Brazilian jasmine and pink dragon fruit. Basically, this has a very kind of like a fresh, fruity Baccarat 540 vibe. This is spectacular. I got the body cream to go with it. 39 as well. This is coconut cream and toasted praline. Oh my gosh, my mouth is about to water. This is delicious, and I got the body cream to go with this one. And holy cow, one of the most amazing gourmand, yummy, delicious things I've ever smelled is this one, number 71. This smells like a butter macadamia nut cookie. This is utterly scrumptious. So these are good for the summertime. This one, definitely not during the day. This is going to be too sweet for hot weather during the day, but maybe something, maybe at bedtime, we'll see. But this was great over the winter time, and my daughter, who's in high school, my teenage daughter, loved this one. These 2 babies right here I will be wearing a lot in the summer, particularly on a hot summer day. I'll just pair the body cream with the spray and I am good to go. Winding down the list are 3 fragrances I have spoken about before, but just to let you know that I'm consistent and I actually do wear these perfumes and I don't show them and declutter them. I still think that these are fabulous fragrances. This is Femme Individuelle by Mont Blanc. It was discontinued, but widely available. Still, you can still get it. And I will continue to talk about it until you cannot buy it anymore. This is a huge bottle. It's $25. This is really kind of a pink pepper, rose, watery musk, has a bay leaf in it. It's very fresh. It is a fresh, watery, rose-based fragrance with a little bit of pink pepper. It's got a little kick of pink pepper. It's got a little bit of a bay leaf. I'm not super keen on bay leaf. Bay leaf tends to give me a headache, but those notes in here are very subtle and just give it a little bit of life. It does have patchouli in the dry down, so if you hate patchouli, this might not be the fragrance for you because it does have a prominent patchouli in the dry down. But I think this is a fabulous, very classy, perfect, everyday, work-appropriate, leaning feminine fragrance that is amazing. And again, this was all of $25. The next one I'm going to grab, I've shown this in so many videos. Again, this is Roberto Cavalli Paradiso. This is a jasmine-based fragrance that I love. This is a monster of a perfume. I paid all of $30 for it. It has a really nice citrusy opening. The jasmine in here is not bitter. It's not alum-malic. It's very slightly sweet. And it has a really nice cypress note. I think there's evergreen in here. I mean, it's cypress. It has a nice evergreen note. There's cypress in here, I want to say, or juniper, cypress. Anyways, it is a lovely fragrance for the spring and summer. It's very Mediterranean, has a Mediterranean vibe, and this thing will last days and days on clothes. It is a powerhouse, and I do absolutely love this bottle. And the last one in this little trio is Another one from Mont Blanc. This is called Presence d'une Femme. How about I spray on a blotter here? Yes, very spicy, woody. This is an overripe orange or mandarin with a lot of pepper. I think the flower in here is an orchid. Orchid is a fantasy note, and it's supposed to smell like a spicy flower, so something exotic. And it's very, very woody in the dry down. Does have another one that has a prominent patchouli note, and this one has pretty darn good performance. I would say, you know, at least moderate. At least you're going to get 4 to 6 hours. And I think I have one more, but I just showed it in my fresh and clean video, so I think I'm gonna call it a day for what I have shown. My current favorites under 50, all of these I purchased for $50 or less. Many of them, or most of them, I purchased way under $50. Please let me know in the comments what your favorite affordable fragrances are. Thank you again for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed your time spent with me, and with that, I'll see you on the next one.